Yes, it makes for great posturing and positioning, but is it really pragmatic? We're asking that question of our panel. Joining us tonight, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, MP and national spokesperson of the Congress Party. Also joining us, Piyush Goyal, MP from the Bharatiya Janata Party of the Rajya Sabha, and Sunil Alak, chairman of SK Advisors. Let's first set up this debate. Let me first come across to you, Mr. Goyal. There are several people today who are chafing at the idea of a tax for those that earn substantially. I'm deliberately not using the word super rich because it sounds better than it actually is. Because in this country, the super rich is anyone who owns really more than 10 lakh a year, which is not a substantial sum. A lot of corporate executives at the mid-level earn that, and if the government is going to characterize them as so, then these individuals, several of them who are bona fide members of the middle class, will face a huge inconvenience.
Well, I clearly disagree with any definition of super rich for people who earn about 10 or 20 lakhs. In this day and age of inflation, and when people are trying to upgrade their families and their lifestyles, education being so expensive, food articles being expensive, housing being almost impossible for anybody to really own or even manage a rental house. Yes. I don't think 10 and 20 lakhs is super rich by any stretch of imagination. However, it's becoming very socialistic and very popular to talk about taxing people in higher incomes, whatever Mr. Chidambaram may do tomorrow. I personally suspect he won't tax the people. It's only a red herring being thrown in the last few days, so that when he doesn't do it, people will heave a sigh of relief and possibly the other things will go away unnoticed. So I personally don't expect any
What are these other things that will go away unnoticed? Are you referring to the fact that there will be continued, as the BJP says, as one of your party leaders say, wasteful expenditure? Will there be, I suppose at some level or the other, no move to slash subsidy? Is that what you're referring to? Is that the distraction?
Well, I suspect he will not on the face of it show that he is providing for a lot of subsidy. On the face of it, and we know how honest budgets have been in recent years, I suspect he will show a picture that I'm not going to provide for much subsidies, but then he'll leave many things unsaid and he will not really do anything to reduce the subsidies. That's my personal suspicion.
Okay, let me draw in to this debate Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi. The BJP, Dr. Singhvi, says that this talk in government circles, whether it is promoted by C. Rangarajan or Pranab Sen or even the finance minister himself or other corporate acolytes, is only being made because it makes for great posturing. There's no substance to all of this. It's not even pragmatic. It is a red herring to divert from the real issues, which is curbing wasteful expenditure, provided incentives for investment, slashing subsidies, better tax management, getting the black money that is evading us and those that are responsible for hoarding it abroad back into the game. Dr. Singhvi, is this true?
Can I answer? Are you surprised? When have you heard the BJP even indirectly, remotely, even in a good cause, accepting, praising, or even mildly appreciating a budget? They have to do something, they will do it because they believe that being on the opposition is to oppose for the sake of opposition. That's point one. So I'm not really worried about that. Number two, they are talking now, we are now talking of the budget being presented by a pair of fairly consummate hands, not somebody who is a novice, not somebody who can be so easily criticized, and I think there is a high expectation which the BJP knows of but is not ready to admit. Number three, let's just take one of the, you said many points and I can't discuss everything, you don't have enough time for me to discuss that, but let's take one of the points. You talked about black money, stash, this, that. I want to ask a simple question. All these great crocodile tears and concerns about black money, at least we have in the last 3 years executed roughly 80 new bilaterals, new agreements, new DTA, double taxation avoidance treaties with specific clauses of disclosure, at least prospectively. Please tell me from 98 to 2004, as any one budget or any non-budget initiative, did Mr. Advani even talk about it? Leave aside do anything about it. not one initiative about that. So it's all very well to cry wolf whenever you are in the opposition, but there has to be a earnestness and seriousness and sincerity which is transparently missing and which the people see is missing. Fourthly and lastly, I think the budget, yes, concerns are important, subsidies must, especially where they are becoming completely wrong or even fraudulent tax shelters, must be reduced. Now you say that there is no subsidy reduction. Have you seen what is happening despite so much opposition and so much political sensationalism over the last 6 months to 1 year?
Okay.
In something fairly proximate to election year, to diesel prices, petrol prices? Is there not a change in the approach?
No, the
Although we have
fear
faced
is,
heavy criticism for it.
Dr. Singhvi.
So this government is bitten the bullet.
No, the
this
fear
government
is,
believes that what is in the national interest, even if the medicine is slightly bitter, we must take the medicine
No, the fear,
for good
Dr.
health,
Singhvi.
even though it's close to election year. We
And I'm
don't
going to get the
behave
BJP
only for
to respond to
political
this.
short-term mileage like the BJP does.
okay, the fear, Dr. Singhvi, is that while Mr. Chidambaram is a very competent, albeit recognized as such by other parties, and I'm not giving him any sort of certificate, but all I'm saying is that yes, he's recognized as a safe pair of hands. He is not immune from political pressure, and therefore he might get sucked in to the immense pressure from the Congress in what seems to be an election year to fund populist schemes which are badly policed. That is what the BJP is saying. Let me just bring in Piyush Goyal to respond to what you've just said. Mr. Goyal.
Rahul, Dr. Singhvi seems to have jumped the gun. We are not criticizing the budget at all. We are only expressing our apprehensions and historically what we have seen this government do in terms of having budgets which don't seem to reflect the true fact and seem to hide so much more than what they reveal. Secondly, Dr. Singhvi alludes to the 98 to 2004 period. I think much water has flown down the bridge since then. If this government has only that argument to give for their failure on so many fronts, then I think the people are not going to spare them another election. And they certainly want a government which goes in for development and fights corruption rather than on every issue raising the 98 to 2004 period.
Okay.
And lastly, these DTAAs, which he alludes to, are being used as a shield to protect the black money. In fact, they are saying that prospectively we'll get the data, and therefore all that has happened in the 50 years that the Congress has ruled in this country, they want to try and brush under the carpet. I think they need to honestly and sincerely talk to these governments and try to get the data and all the accounts information which some
Yes.
of which they already have,
Surely-
but are not acting on.
Surely, Dr. Singhvi, the focus should be on better compliance than taxation of a small, narrow segment of the population that in any case is paying 63% of the tax collections. I'm coming to you, Dr. Singhvi, but let me bring in
No,
the
can
third
I-
leg.
Can I answer first, please?
Okay,
This is
okay.
very
Let me
important. Please,
just
1 minute.
bring in Sunil Alag.
You know,
Dr.
what
Singhvi,
you've
I'm coming
asked
to you
is very
because he
impo-
wants
your
to make a
question-
point which will go into a few
No,
more
my answer will
specifics.
surprise you. Please
No.
listen to my answer.
No, 1 minute.
My
I'm
answer will
coming to
surprise
you. He's raising his hand and he's been wanting to come in here. Let me just quickly bring in Dr. Alag. He's making a point. Mr. Alag, go ahead. Make your point.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, I think we should avoid a debate between BJP and Congress at the moment.
Okay.
What we are discussing is just a simple point of the budget of the possibility of the rich being taxed more. Now, I think the fact when you talk about taxing the rich, it's a very good thing to say, but it may be a bad thing to do. So as far as I'm concerned, if I remember correctly, taxing the rich can be done for two reasons. One is it definitely increases the coffers of the government to a large extent and can serve the purposes that are required for either helping the poor or for cutting the deficit substantially, or it is done for political reasons like the communists did during the 50s and 60s when you said, okay, I can't help the poor, so I'll tax the rich. So please get some solace from the fact that the rich are not going to be as rich as you think and they're going to get poorer. Or in the case of the United States right now, where even Obama is thinking of taxing the rich, it's fundamentally when the super rich made the middle income group bankrupt. They did things with the banking and the real estate system where the middle income became bankrupt.
Yes.
Neither of these things exist in India at the moment because taxing the rich is, as we rightly said, there's hardly 2 or 3% of India that pays. What you can do is broadening the base.
Broaden
and what
the
we
base.
need to avoid is by, like for instance, even if you wanted to introduce a 4 or 5% tax on the rich agriculturalists, forget about 33%,
But that's a
which all of
difficult,
us pay
that's a
in the
difficult
middle
political
income
one
group.
to square, Mr. Alag. I can assure
No,
you, and
but
we should
if you're
ask Dr.
talking about-
Singhvi.
no, but if you're
Dr. Singhvi, if you're
if
really
you're talking
serious
about taxing the
and you
rich,
want to go
I'm
beyond
saying just
symbolism,
tax the
tax
rich
the agricultural
farmer.
super
Well,
rich,
tax
tax
the
all of
rich
those
farmer.
who are getting
No,
concessions
you are-
on power, who are getting
The rich
concessions on the
farmer of
use of
even
water,
5%.
and also getting concessions on their
Even
income.
5%.
Even 5%, yes.
You see, you have not asked me the real question of the debate till now, because
Okay.
when I came into the debate, you were asking a different question which I have answered. Now you are asking a question on which I have a view, and your answer will surprise me. And my answer will surprise you. I'm sorry. My answer is likely to surprise you.
Okay.
The answer is this. I believe very clearly that yes, the rich need to be taxed, and maybe we are taxing them at the appropriate rate. Maybe we can tinker with it slightly, but long-term stability of the rates means that we've got it right. Point number two, the 88% of this country paying 10% of the taxes is something which must be changed. Not drastically, but yes, that quantum has to be increased.
Well, you've had 8 years in
88%
power,
of this
sir.
country must be paying at 1 second. Let me 88% of the taxpayers, I'm sorry, not country. 88% of the taxpayers contribute 10% of the tax. I think that figure should at least go up to 33%. But the third is most important. Those who are outside the tax net altogether. Can you imagine in this country only about 3.5 crore taxpayers?
But you've been in
If there are
power,
only
sir,
about
for 8
3.5 crore
years.
taxpayers, I believe, no, 1 minute, let me see, look, let's not do tutu mema politics. I was in power for 8 years, how many years were they in power before that? That's not the point. The point is Indian middle class is booming. The definition of middle class today is large.
No, I thought
This
that
is my
was the
personal
point.
view. There is no question of the Congress party. Now, therefore, there is need in a very calibrated, gentle manner. Nobody is suggesting that they should be harassed, that the amount should be large. But I ask myself a question. Suppose, apart from these 3.5 crore taxpayers, suppose 10 crore other non-taxpayers were brought into the tax net and paid 1 lakh rupees a whole year. Now, are there not 10 crore people in India who can pay 1 lakh rupees per year as tax? Imagine the amount of money you earn.
No, you've
And that's
had
a very
so many
moderate,
surcharges,
reasonable
sir.
levy.
You've
So
had
I think
surcharges
this
on
is a must.
education. You've had surcharge on roads.
No,
we
we are-
haven't seen sign of any
I
road
am
building activity. In fact, if you were to ask the CAG, it's shrinking. How many more cesses, how many more back-breaking cesses
No, no,
are going to
you
be
are now
imposed
changing
without
again. You are
anything
jumping to
to
another
show
topic.
for it? No, let me, Dr. Singhvi, because you're very good at turning an argument around. Let me bring in Mr. Piyush Goyal. Mr. Goyal,
Yes.
respond to that.
I think it's completely silly. Though Abhishek ji is a very dear friend, I think he's not realized that the figures he's quoting are completely unrealistic. Today this country has 3.5 crore taxpayers, which on a family size of 4.7, especially when we don't have too many couples working and earning income, would almost relate to about 15-16 crores of the population, which is about 14-15%
Okay.
of India's population. Now 65% of the population is in agriculture, which is beyond the tax net. So 65 plus 15, already 80% are covered. And then there's the urban poor, there
Okay.
are people who are outside the tax
So
net,
reform deep.
senior citizens who don't earn more than 5 lakhs. So I think really we have covered a large base. On the contrary, I think the middle class is being taxed more than they should.
Let's
What he's
get Dr.
talking of
Singhvi to
increasing that
surprise us.
10%
Dr.
to
Singhvi, we're
33
still waiting
is absolutely
for
not
your
acceptable.
surprise answer. We're still waiting for your surprise answer, Dr. Singhvi.
My surprise answer is that if the financial year 2012 shows 3.2 crore taxpayers,
Okay.
is Mr. Piyush Goyal asking you to believe and this country to believe that the only people capable of paying taxes in this country, even of 1 lakh per person, per taxpayer, are only 3.2 crores? I mean, I don't know
Well, that's for
whether
you
it's
in government
a
to
story
tell
for the
us.
birds. That's point one. So there are at least, I repeat, on a minimalistic showing, on the upper middle class, not the rich, on people who are booming in cities like Kanpur, Coimbatore, Ludhiana, Jalandhar, 100 cities in India, able to afford to pay 1 lakh rupees per year as tax,
Okay.
and multiplied by 10 crores, but they are not in the tax net. And I think that is a challenge for the finance minister. It is a challenge for the country. It is something which has been tried. It has worked only minimally, and it should be tried.
Okay, so
Number three,
Dr. Singhvi,
you are-
if you had to take you at face
the
value, you
revenues of
might be
that
giving away.
are humongous.
No,
The
Dr. Singhvi, you might be
revenues of
giving
that-
away. You might be giving away a very important clue here, which might translate perhaps into a sneak peek into P. Chidambaram's thinking. Now, he is someone who's innovated with taxes
I
in the
have no
past.
such illusions. I have no such illusions of grandeur.
Okay,
And to
but-
even suggest that on a television
but you are
program,
suggesting
I think
a
is very
novel-
misconceived, because you on the one hand, you have called the program to discuss and anticipate good policies for the future for the budget. On the other hand, when you discuss proposed policy which I think are good, you suggest a leakage.
okay.
I think that's ridiculous.
There
and that's
might be clues. There might be clues there. Let's not forget that P. Chidambaram came out with the MAT, the MAT, the fringe benefit tax, the cash transaction tax, the securities transaction tax. You may never know. P. Chidambaram might have another ace up his sleeve. He might come across with something more differentiated. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi might be giving us a small insight. He's insisting that he isn't. He's saying he's not being presumptuous, but there might be something cooking there. Thanks indeed, gentlemen, for joining us on the show tonight. Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi,
Thank you.
Piyush Goyal, as also Mr. Alak, thanks indeed for sharing your views with us.